Hello everybody, Mr. here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Dawntrail. In the last episode, we had Wooklamot's official inauguration as a new Dawn servant, and she decided that she wanted to bring Kona on board as the new head of reason, or the new, well, servant of reason, or the replacement for the head of reason. While she takes up the duties of the head of resolve. So, we now have dual Dawn servants, and then we went around catching up with everyone that we met along the way, before finally deciding that it's time for us to go explore the rest of this continent, and we're going to be heading out to Shaaloani, and Erinville is going to be coming along for the ride. So, I decided to go ahead and switch up to our light traveling clothes, because now our responsibilities and official business is done, and we can actually enjoy some vacation for a change. So, that is what we are going to do. So, I saw the Landsguard gate sentry, and head out. Alright, this gate is barred to all save those with express permission from one of the Dawn servants. And we have it. Signed by Val Wooklamot herself. My apologies, miss, but if you would wait here just a moment. Nice gear. I would like myself a sax.
Shall we then?
We shall. Nice bridge. Ooh.
On the far side of that great bridge unfolded the wilds of Shaaloani, where the sun guides in the Shaaloani. A harsh guide, to be sure, with its blazing rays scorching the land and hardening its inhabitants. But sweeping change had come to the arid expanse when, beneath its red crust, vast deposits of ceruleum were discovered. Embracing this opportunity, Vau Kona's supporters hurtled along, driven by dreams of a future illuminated by blue flame. It is here that our journey continues, our path taking us along winding roads of steel. Each length of track a declaration of hope and ambition.
All right. Shaaloani.
My home, Shaaloani, lies past Shaaloani. It will be a long journey, but the railroad should make it easier. As for the way to the train station, let's ride these fellows, shall we?
All right. Suddenly, we're in the Wild West. All right. Erinville. So who are our new friends? Short on Ronique. I'm afraid so. If one will suffice, I have a creature ready and waiting. But if you need to, then you'll have to wait. The Ronique have been acting strange of late, more easily spooked and otherwise disagreeable. Picking out the few fit for Renton's proven bothersome work. They're usually so docile, and the ones I saw earlier didn't appear to be unhealthy either. But much has changed since last I was here. Not the best start to our journey. Still, the train station isn't far. Seeing as we aren't in a hurry, let's go on foot. About that, sir, as well-traveled as you look, it's not only the Ronique that have been giving us trouble. Other wildlife has shown signs of aggression, too. The merchant should be returning soon with one of our beasts. A merchant should be returning soon with one of our beasts. Stick around until they do, and I'll see you both on Ronique for a safer trip. Your offer is most appreciated, but I don't think my friend here is particularly concerned about the wildlife. But the Ronique, Aaronville, the Ronique. Let's ride the giant animals. If this is your first time in Shaaloani, I can understand your enthusiasm. It'd be a shame for you not to ride one at least once while you're here. We're here for the full experience. A fair point. If we were to give you the authentic Shaaloani experience, Shaaloani experience, I suppose it's worth a wait. Right, change of plans. There's a small town nearby. We can pass the time there while waiting. Take it you're heading to Husarawi? Close enough. Then I'll have a man bring the Ronique over there. Just mind yourself around the drunkards and the troublemakers, eh? Alright, let's check out the town. I have my own means of transport. Aliens in the desert. Appropriate. Or UFOs in the desert. Very appropriate. Alright. I hear something. 24 yalms to the southeast. There it is. Alright, Aaronville. The last time I was here, it was a little more than a camp with a shop or three. Oh, place is growing. What happens when you find new resources and start building up a transport network?
Well, well. It's become a proper town.
With a saloon and everything.
Now hold on a minute.
Some sort of trouble.
We're about to have a shootout.
I'm talking to you, you old bastard.
Give me strength. For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
Let me remind you who the scum is here. Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the deputy chief of the Dust Watch. And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny? They will not be released until they've paid for their crimes.
I'd heard the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness. Seems the situation is bad indeed.
Still can't get up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Zekua needs his bottle.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teat? Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
Oh, stubborn little runt. Listen here, Zekua. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious here in Shaaloani, but it can be had if each man does the right thing. And for those that don't, well, they have to answer to the Dust Watch. Now run along and think before you cast aspersions next time. Lest you hurt my feelings.
Fine! If that's how it's gonna be.
I wouldn't if I were you.
That's a familiar voice. What are you doing here?
Is that?
Justinian. This is where you've been hanging out, huh?
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
What?
Hey! What are you doing, Zekua? You better not be stirring up trouble.
Wahute! You sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over! You hear me?
You want to tell me what that was about?
Nothing that need concern you, sir. Zekua is simply struggling to come to terms with the low character of his friends. But for good measure, I'll have the men keep an eye on him.
Yes, you do that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go make my rounds.
I wasn't expecting to see your faces among the crowd.
Likewise.
Talk is rife there's a new Dawn servant. Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
Aye, the contest is over. And as I needed to return home to Shaaloani, I offered to show our friends some of Shaaloani. What brings you north?
Nothing in particular. Just seeing what there is to see.
Going wherever the wind blows, eh?
Gulul Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future.
As long as you don't overspend for stuff. Hmm?
But for now, I shall be moving on. Oh, by the way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it. They're surprisingly delicious.
Huh?
But we don't serve Sabotender here.
Alright. Well, we find ourselves in the middle of a western. Alright. No sooner did we set out than we run into excitement. At least no one was hurt. This Dustwatch has the work cut out for them. For as long as I can remember, all disputes, big or small, were settled by dueling. The peoples of Shaaloani rarely saw eye to eye, and for better or worse, it was the simplest way to settle differences. Since most would sooner not risk their lives, though, and encouraged parties to pursue peaceful resolutions in a roundabout fashion. Dustwatch was likely established by supporters of Kona, preferring peace be enforced through the formal rule of law. A reasonable stance, all things considered. If things ever got out of hand, the Landsguard would be forced to step in. What freedom they have now would be lost under Zeralja's authority. All of which is to say that, unless a lengthy stay in a jailhouse appeals to you, be mindful how you handle your arms in town. Oh, they can try and put me in a jail cell. Alright, Aaronville. I should like to think the stableman has arrived with the Ronik by now. I'll go ahead and check. If you still want to have a look around, then be my guest. Come and find us when you've had your fill. Alright, well, we've got side quests, but we'll worry about those later. Alright, here's our good-natured stableman. The friend, I take it. Sorry to have kept you both waiting. Unruly wildlife's not the only source of recent distress, I'm afraid. There have also been a rise in robberies targeting merchants. As a result, we've got a lengthy list of folks wanting to use our Ronik. Which is why I have to ask you to stop at Shishinewezi Springs? That's fine, of course, but why haven't the Dustwatch dealt with this banditry? Kamak and his fellows are doing what they can, but they reckon the bandits are operating as a gang. Round them up's all easier said than done. You have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Well, thank you for the warning. We'll be sure to stay vigilant. Right then, if ready to set off, I'll see you on your way. I think I should be able to handle anything. Ready? Then settle up. Your friend seems out of the way, so I won't bother giving you directions. We'll mount up. This is your first time, so let's take it slow. Take care not to let it toss you. I continue to be struck by how much Shaaloani has changed. That town we just visited wasn't even here several years ago. With few reliable opportunities to replenish water supplies, travelers turned to Nopala tenders. Not just with the water in their stems mined, but their fruits are also said to be both nutritious and delicious. See that hole there? Some might hope to find water there, but it's brimming with ceruleum. The eruption of flames from within make for a spectacle, inspiring cautionary tales of people who wandered too close. The Wallaki, meanwhile, show great reverence to ceruleum and its blue flames. But that is a discussion for another time. We're here. If I recall, the Wallaki are the tribe that is responsible for blue magic. A good thing for these Ronique. No sooner did we dismount than the next passengers are already on their way. They really are short on Ronique. Now then. This is Shaaloani Springs. Perhaps the busiest town here in Shaaloani. People travel here from all over hoping to find their fortune. The change come to Pusatawi was surprising enough, but this is no less impressive. They've achieved a great deal in the 3 years I've been away. The station is on the eastern side of town, but there should still be time before the next train departs. If you don't mind, I'd like to pay a visit to an old friend of my mentor. Liate? Liate is her name. And if she learned that I passed her without saying a word, she'd never let me hear the end of it. She set out from our village some 10 years ago, hoping to earn coin as she traveled about Tyrell. I can but assume she too came here seeking greater opportunities. In any case, let us see if we can find her. Blue hair should make her easy to spot. Well, first things first. Aetheryte. They're basically oil derricks. One up ceruleum. Alright. Wanted posters. There we have a blue-haired Shaaloani. Hello there. Yes, I'm... Oh, actually, that's an I, not an L. Iate, who might you be? She is my friend. Could it be? Goodness, it is. Arendville, yes? A man grown. You're such a darling little thing as a child. You know, it's only been 3 years since we last spoke. Really? Only 3? I suppose it also starts to get hazy after a while, living as long as we do. Well, this is Iate. She's known my mentor since they were children. Nice to meet you. Never thought I'd see the day when you travel with company. You really have grown, Eleneshbia. Is that what they call you here? Alright. I was born Eleneshbia. I adopted a new name when I became a gleaner, one that adheres to Eastern Viera conventions, so as to avoid drawing attention. Given that this is a homecoming, it was only a matter of time before you found out. Nevertheless, I would appreciate it if you continued using my chosen name. Alright then. A homecoming? You know, I've been thinking of paying the old stamping grounds a visit myself. It would be good to see Kakiwa again. I think that's the way it was said. He's the finest archer I know. Neshpia's mother and mentor. Every time I drop by, she'd treat us to a veritable feast prepared with fresh game she'd hunted herself. You're impressive with the bow too, Iate, even among the Shatona. Oh, I couldn't compare it to Kakiwa, but her skilled arms pales in comparison to her knowledge of nature. That's what earned her a place among Gulu Jaja's traveling companions, after all. Which was 80 years ago. She was always the inquisitive sort, but her journey across Tyrol lit a fire in her. Even after Eleneshpia was born, she often left him in my care so that she could embark on another expedition in search of the unknown. Oh, how you would cry and beg her to take you along? It must have been hard on you. Yate, please. What? We're all friends here, aren't we? No matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. You can come when you prove you're a true explorer. Thus did she task me with finding the Golden City. Despite my best efforts, all paths led nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's fancy, a ploy to goad me into experiencing the wider world. But it was real, and we found it. Yep. You found it? As part of the rite of succession. I assumed everyone had heard. That's amazing. Oh, she'll be thrilled. And eager to bombard me with questions, no doubt. But yeah, the VR lived for a very long time. I think it's like around 300 years, give or take, from what I remember from Shadowbringers. Well, we should be on our way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give my best to Kakiwa. Help! I need help! Somebody shouting for help. What's that about? Let's go find out. We'll investigate. Please wait here. All right. What is happening? Anvil. No doubt these are the infamous local bandits. Ah, it's Namika. Please, you have to help. I've been robbed. It's Namika, Wuklamot's nursemaid. Anvil, Ayame. Come any closer and we'll slit her throat from ear to ear. Do that, and I will turn you into a smoking crater. Yes, if you so much as nick her skin, you won't live to regret it. Oh yeah? Hold on, did you say this is Wuklamot's nursemaid? Maybe this ain't such a good idea. To the goods of the boss, we'll deal with this. Please, you have to give it back. And she's just running off. I'm going after Namika. This slot I leave to you. Alright. Cocky bastard. I'll hang him by the ears and feed the old woman to the dogs. I think not. We can deal with them later. First, we need to put this one in the dirt. You have made a grave error. Well, it seems we left them alive, I guess. I guess they're referring to these things, the fruits of the Nopala tenders. We call them prickly pears. Erinville. No need to worry, she's fine. Alright, what's going on? Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you. The bandit managed to get away, but I have an idea of where they're headed. You said they stole something from you? A bracelet. It was a parting gift from Wuklamat. I see. Close as you two were, I can only imagine how much it meant to you. But what brings you all this way? The right of succession ended and Wuklamat crowned the next Dawn servant. She is ready to stand on her own. I told her as much, and of my plans to return home to Shaaloani. She gave me the bracelet that I might always remember our time together. It filled me with such joy. I wanted everyone to know, everyone to see this wonderful gift given to me by the Vow of Resolve, and now it's gone. I would have let them take every coin into my name if they'd only left me that bracelet. I would ask what you intend to do, but I know that look. I'll knock them senseless. It's what Wuklamat would want. Please, you mustn't put yourself in harm's way for my sake. Oh, it's no trouble at all. I can assure you, no harm will come to us. Ayami will make certain of that. I eat gods for breakfast. A few bandits aren't going to give me trouble. I understand your methods can be brutal, but it would be wise to show some restraint, lest you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Perhaps I should come as well, to be sure all proceeds as this should. I don't know what to say. I can see why Wuklamat put so much faith in you both. Alright. Before anything else, let's see her back to Shishinawezi Springs. She'll be safer in town, and with Yante there to keep an eye on her, we should have nothing to worry about. Thank you, both of you. Alright, Yate. Erinville told me what happened, and you needn't worry about Namika. If those bandits should find us, I'll kick up a fuss and see them driven off. That bracelet meant everything to her, and those bandits wouldn't care even if they knew. Makes me sick. At least she's safe, and I know you'll set things right. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's go and recover that bracelet. Well, I have nothing but contempt for these bandits. This involves a gift from Muklamat. We must be mindful how our actions might reflect upon her. I doubt Namika would find joy in the return of said gift if lives were taken in the process. Aww. If it comes to violence, I ask you to stop short of killing them. The rest we can leave to the Dustwatch. Alright. Fair enough. Oh no, that makes you think you're strong. Really strong. Are you? I may have saved the star on one occasion. And maybe the entire universe also. You saved the star. That's a bold claim to make, but if true, that certainly speaks to your strength. If your curiosity has been sated, then please indulge mine. Is there anything you can tell us about these bandits? Let's see. Well, of late, there's been talk of some unsavory types coming and going from Tunatenyawi to the southwest. Is that the old mining town that was abandoned? That's the one. And now that cerulean extraction is big business, no one wants to waste their time picking up the dried up veins there. Sounds like a perfect lair for bandits, not to mention that the one with the bracelet fled in that direction. So you'll be investigating the place? I can let the Dustwatch know if you like. No, not yet. It would be best if we went alone. There's something I'd like to ascertain, if you've no objections. Right then. Let's be off. Alright. Let's be off. Where exactly are we headed? Alright, southwest. Alright, Arabelle. What do we see? It seems the bandits have claimed this place for themselves. Well, that's an outfit. They've made no attempt to conceal their presence. How can the Dustwatch not have noticed by now? A question for another time. First, we must find the bracelet. I don't see the bandit who had it. Perhaps they're in one of the buildings? Ramshackle as they are, it should prove a simple thing to eavesdrop on anyone inside. If we would go and have a look about, I'll keep watch for trouble. Alright, we'll check out here. Bandits will not notice you here. You can safely eavesdrop on any inside. As you lean to listen, you begin to pick out voices in the muffled chatter. Don't know where we'd be without him. Probably shoveling sand, praying we'd strike it rich. Ain't that the truth? Only an idiot would work the mines with easier money to be had. Not when we've got a boss who can keep the Dustwatch off our backs. Hey, watch what you're saying. The wind's got a way of carrying secrets to the wrong ears. Maybe so, but who'd ever believe one of them sainted souls was running our crew? That drunk who bought your story about the gold-shitting alpaca, am I right? So a member of the Dust Watch is the leader of their crew. Well, that would explain some things. Alright, next destination. As you lean in to listen, a familiar voice rings out through the wall. Let me out of here, you bastard. Shut your mouth, you sniveling little brat. Make me. I'll get you all back for framing my friends. The vulture most of all. You tell him he can eat shit. Yeah. How about we give you the chance to tell him yourself? We'll see how tough you are then. Well, guess who's here? The Vulture. I guess that's their boss. As you lean in to listen, you hear someone entering the room on the other side. I brought back a prize you're gonna love, boss. Have a look at this bracelet. Beautiful, ain't it? But it was made by a famous artisan. You idiot. How are we supposed to move something like this without attracting attention? Boss, please. Please, I'm sorry. Yeah, I reckon we could find a sailor who won't ask questions. Sell him for a song. Here, your reward, and don't bring me this kind of grief again. I won't, boss. Thank you. Alright, Aaronville. Finished, are you? Let's retreat for now. So who's the boss? So, were you able to learn anything? Their leader is a man of the Dust Watch? That would explain why these bandits have been able to do as they please. And you say they gave the bracelet to him? It seems we have work cut out for us. Did you hear anything else of note? Yeah. The other guy was here too. Zekoa? That's the boy who confronted one of the officers in town, isn't it? And as you say, they threatened to take him to speak with the Vulture, their leader's alias, no doubt. Fitting for a man who preys on the helpless. Well then, not only do we have a better idea of who's behind the recent rash of robberies, and who's Hatawi, but we also know he has the bracelet. Retrieving without bloodshed will prove difficult, though, if he's that quick to point a gun at his own underlings. I'll storm their hideout. I can take them. No, we'll need to get them alone. You're right. If we confront him with his henchmen around, a violent outcome is all but guaranteed. I might have a plan. There's a small settlement to the southeast of here. Oh my lord. Luateniniyawasawa. Whatever. Meet me there and I'll explain everything. So we'll head over to Unpronounceable and eat Aaronville there. Let's go. Alright, here's our town. Alright. Aaronville. If we're to retrieve the bracelet without conflict, it won't be done barging in through the front door. We'll have to lure him out. To do that, we'll avail ourselves of Yeheseya? Yeheseya. Dragon-like creatures that live to the south of here. It's their breeding season, you see, and the males will flock to the scent of a female in heat. With a few ingredients and a sample of their feces, I created an attractant that resembles this scent when burned. We can then lure the Yeheseya into the bandits' hideout, flushing out the vulture and his gang. Then, while they contend with our flying friends, we can sneak in and search for the bracelet. I'm afraid I must ask you to collect the excrement. While you see to that, I will go and procure the remaining ingredients. Of course, you're having me go get the poo. Right. And before you say anything, I did not ask this because of any aversion to feces. It would simply be easier for me to find the specific species that wild plants require. Sure, Aaronville. Here, take these 3 pouches, see them filled, and I'll handle the rest. Alright. Very well. Hold the phone. Triceratops. I need 2 of them. There we go. Bear flight is a hunt target, so I had to. So these are our Yeheseya. Pteranodons. Alright. Alright, let's look for the guano. No sign of the droppings. We're gonna have to deal with this one. You find a pile of Yeheseya droppings and gingerly scoop them into your pouch. You. All right. Let's head back to Aaronville. And there he is. Finished already, are we? Here it is. Excellent. This will do nicely. All that's left is to mix the feces with the tumbleclaw fibers, dried nopala tender root, and a generous helping of animal fat. Come, let's get back to Tuna Tanyawe. Luwa Tanin Yawausa. Okay then. Seems that some of those Nopala tenders are ambulatory. Alright, let me get over there. Okay, we should be in this area. Oh, yeah, there he is. Everything is ready. Time to set our plan into motion. Creamy hot chocolate. Wall banana blend. Tender shortcake. Fruit and aloe jelly. Determination, vitality, and critical hit. Yeah, we'll take the jelly. Oh yeah, I got this orchestrion roll. There we go. A fair number appear to be gathered inside. Now is our chance. I will keep watch from here. The attractant I leave to you. Toss it into the bonfire near the middle of town. The Yehesiwa will come soon after. All right. Let's throw it into the fire. Let's make ourselves scarce. What's that smell? Oh, that reeks. What did you put in the fire? Wasn't me, I swear. Did something die? Someone want to explain that ungodly stench to me? Well, look who it is. Well, now. Boss, over there. Huh? What in the world? Run for your lives. So the smoke's what drew them here. I swear, when I find out who did this... I say our friends have stirred up enough trouble. Time to retrieve the bracelet. Hey, what's going on out there? I'm still in here in case you've forgotten. Sit tight. We'll be back for you. What? You gotta get me out of here now. They're gonna kill me. I'm begging you, please. Shh. They'll hear you. Well, we've been found. Shit. Who was that? Cover blown. Hey, are you gonna help me or what? The bracelet must wait. Let's break him out and withdraw for now. Well, at least we accomplished one thing, I guess. All that effort and not to show for it. Sorry about that, but damn, I didn't think anyone would have the balls to take on the vulture. No need to apologize. We were planning to save you, eventually. Really? And I don't even know who you are. You're secret admirers of mine or something? No. No, it's just what we do. I'm just having fun with you, but I do appreciate the help. This man they call the Vulture. I've seen his face before. Was he not the officer you confronted in town? Well, the one and the same. When he's not masquerading as a gang leader, he serves as deputy chief of the Dustwatch. That would explain why the bandits are so confident they can avoid capture. You're trying to get something back, get back something the Vulture stole, right? Let me help. It's the least I can do after you bailed me out back there. I have an idea where he's hid his cash. Reckon he's headed there now, too. We can go together. I got a score to settle with him myself. I don't doubt that you do, but we need to know what it is first. Will you tell us? Right, so those bandits at Tona Tanyawi, they're called the Daybreakers, and it was me and my friends that founded the group. But it wasn't a gang of cutthroats, not back then. We just wanted to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. Kids being harassed by bullies, workers being exploited by the mining concerns, folks who needed help to even the odds. That was 3 years ago, and whenever we found someone scheming in the shadows, we settled matters the best way we knew how. With a duel. I see. By the old laws, anyone who loses in a duel must be held to account for their crimes, even those in positions of authority. And we made damn sure they did, every time. Before we knew it, our small band of friends commanded a force to be reckoned with. Then about a year ago, the Vulture and his thugs showed up. They got the better of us and took over the Daybreakers. Everyone was afraid of him, so they did his bidding without question. But when he showed them how they could make a fortune easily, that was when he really won them over. Now the Daybreakers is nothing but a bunch of bandits and cutthroats who prey on the people it was created to protect. I talked over my friends, Quikana and Niwine. We all agreed the only way to stop him was to challenge him to a duel. And he accepted. I still remember how he gloated that he'd win. But when the day came, he showed up with the Dust Watch and had my friends arrested on charges of robbery. As if that wasn't enough, he set their bail at a price no one could ever hope to pay. With them locked away, there was no one left to help me. None of my old friends from the Daybreakers, and certainly not the Dust Watch. And that's why you're ready to challenge him in the middle of town? I was, until that guy with a spear stopped me. No sooner had I stepped out of town than the Vulture's minions caught me by surprise. They took me prisoner, then, well, you know the rest. You said the Dust Watch would be of no help. Are they all working for the Vulture, then? No, not all of them. The sheriff, Kamaka, he's as honest as they come. A staunch keeper of the peace. Problem is, he's a little too trusting and doesn't suspect a thing. If it were my word against the deputy chiefs, who do you think he'd believe? Well, if he knows where this Vulture keeps his spoils, perhaps he can help us recover Namika's bracelet. What do you think? What it's worth, I have a plan, but I can't do it alone. A plan? All I ask is you hear me out, but not here. I'll be waiting for you at Shishinazawi Springs. Shishinawezi Springs? I guess we can decide what to do after he gives us the pitch. Alright, let's go see what he wants to do. Good, you're here. This is where he hides his loot. I expect he'll show up soon. Alright, level up. Alright, let me at least start the next quest and we'll probably have to end the episode there. Unless this locks me into something. Oh well, look who it is. Storing stolen goods here seems risky, but I suppose it's an option for someone with his authority. Yeah, he moves the spoils in cerulean barrels where no one would think to look. They're mixed in with regular shipments of fuel to Tuliolol, where they're sold off. You said he stole a bracelet of yours, right? If he knows you're on his tail, chances are he'll be eager to get what he can for it. But I doubt he'd trust a lackey with that business, given the providence of the peace. No, I'll wager he's not letting that bracelet out of his sight until he's got coin in hand. I'm unsure what to make of you after Husatawi, but I'm glad to see you're more than an impulsive child. Well, not my finest hour, I'll admit. But there's a lesson in that. The Vulture's a slippery bastard. If we're gonna catch him, we need to back him into a corner with hard evidence. That's my plan. First, we need to lure him away from here. Over to Husatawi would be ideal. For that, I need one of you to help me. This will buy time for the other to search the barrels for any stolen goods. And using that, we'll expose him as a criminal. There's no way to tell if Wuhuate's carrying up the bracelet, but regardless, There'll be time enough to find it once he's behind bars. But won't he simply feigning innocence? Oh, he'll try, and that's when I'll challenge him to a duel. A duel? That approach didn't work out so well for your friends, as I recall. True, but unlike before, I'll challenge him in front of the whole town. That way he won't be able to wriggle out of it like before. Every man, woman, and child of the wilds understands the importance of duels and the old laws. The deputy chief would never disgrace himself by refusing. Wouldn't you be breaking the law by using a firearm in town? It's not as if we'd be using live rounds, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. What's more important is that I give him the duel with as many witnesses as possible. When he loses, and he will lose, that will be the end of the Vulture. The plan is not without flaws, but what do you think? Yeah, we can let him have his duel. Thanks. I sure was lucky running into the two of you. You won't regret this, I promise. If you're satisfied, then so am I. I knew I could count on you. I was seen in Tonatanyawi. It was probably best I stay and search the barrels. Alright, then you're with me. The moment. Tell the Vulture I need to rob you. I tried to rob you, but you managed to overpower me. Even if he suspects a trap, he won't be able to resist taking the bait. You'll want to buy your friend as much time as possible, and make your way to Husatawi. Once you've got the Vulture there, I'll take care of the rest. Alright then, let's get to it. Alright, but we will work on that when we come back for next episode. This ended up running a lot longer than I anticipated. Alright, we'll go ahead and stop here, and we'll see about bringing this corrupt lawman to justice when we come back for next episode. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.